Shalom Aleichem Rabotai. We are continuing the Mishnah Yomi on the 37th day of the Omer. We are holding in the 5th parak at the 5th Mishnah. Me'ematai muter adam lekach luf b'motzei Sheviit. From when is one allowed to purchase luf, which is this bulb? Could be Solomon's lily, some sort of edible onion. We saw yesterday that it grows both the bulb underground and leaves that are edible above the ground. So when can you buy this motzei Sheviit? Now the possible problem would be if somebody was growing the luf illegally on Sheviit, keeping all the leaves from themselves, not sharing it, not putting it out at Zman Abir. But there could be mutter luf also, luf that was just sitting there in the ground. No issues, no problem. Rabbi Yehuda Omer miyad. Rabbi Yehuda says you could buy it immediately after Shemitah because you could assume it was actually grown in the 6th year before Shemitah and put into storage. Like we learned recently, you could put your luf bulbs into storage, much like a dung heap on Sheviit. You could make a luf bulb storage underground facility on Sheviit, as we recently learned. Chachamim omrim misha yirbe achodosh, but the Chachamim say until they've had time to grow new ones. So there's a concern among the Chachamim that maybe this luf that someone wants to buy now was grown illegally during Shemitah. So until you've had time in the 8th year, motzei Sheviit, then you shouldn't go buy luf until about Pesach time when they've had time to grow new luf in the 8th year. Continuing with Mishnah Vav, Elu kelim she'ena uman rashai l'mochan b'Shviit. These are the tools of the trade. We'll see that a craftsman who makes such tools is not permitted to sell them on Sheviit. So what's going on is he's selling them to a customer that he's not sure is careful on Sheviit. So if we're dealing with a customer who might be using these tools for forbidden agricultural purposes on the 7th year, then to sell him such tools is a lifnei iver lo titen michshol. So that's a problem. So you wouldn't be allowed to do that. So what are these tools? A macharesha v'kol kelecha, a plow and all the plow accessories, the things that you use to attach the plow and work with the plow, because the plowing is forbidden on Shemitah. Ha'ol, and the ol is a yoke that's to put on the oxen to work with the plow. Ha-mizre, a mizre is a large winnowing fork. Winnowing, again, as we learned in Hilchot Shabbat, was tossing the grains up in the air after they've been squished to have the wind blow the klipa, the husk, off of the grains. And to do this in a small amount, so you have what to eat, was permitted, but this mizre is a large fork to use sort of on a commercial level. V'adeker is a hoe that was used for, removing rocks and preparing, digging in the ground, preparing for plowing and preparing for planting. So these items were used davka for a forbidden purpose on the Shemitah year. So to sell them to somebody who might use them for that would be lifnei iver. Mishnah continues, Aval mocher hu magol yod. But he could sell a hand sickle, a magol kotzer, or even a harvesting sickle. That's a larger sickle. Ve'agala v'chol keleha, and a wagon and all of the wagon accessories, because these things someone could use for harvesting the aftergrowths, harvesting things that are hefker and permitted on Sheviit. He's going to go in someone's field and cut some grain for himself and take it home and bake some bread, and he's going to take it home perhaps on a wagon. Ze'aklal, this is the general rule, kol shemalachto miyuchedet le'avera aser. If you have things like the plow and the yoke that are definitely forbidden for Shemitah use, can't sell that to somebody who is suspicious. Le'iser lecheter, if it has a permitted use, mutter. So this wagon, you might say, is for commercial use, but you might also say it's just to get his mutter items home that he's taken from someone's field. Shkoyach Rabosai.